friends, welcome to another Dinkum video. We're going to do some inspiring design ideas here on Somerset with my friend Jaede. We got a lot of things here for you to see, a lot of fantastic, great ideas of all levels of building capability. This island was created in creative mode, but there are a lot of achievable vanilla ideas here as well. And it is Somerset's Day on her island, so you got the fireworks in the background. Super, super fun. But let's go take a look at all these amazing things that Jaede has on her island and all these great ideas that will hopefully inspire all of you. Hey there, friends. So here we are on Somerset Isle with Jaede, and she's got a very amazing island to show us today. Lots of inspiring ideas for sure. A lot of different ideas than we've seen so far, which is what I'd like to bring you guys. Things that you guys haven't seen yet, or maybe a new twist to an idea. So you come and you load into her game right here, and immediately you're kind of in this marina. And she's got Crystal Cove Marina. And she's got also this really cute little area where she puts down all the people who've come and helped her on her island and have contributed to builds. And I think that's a really nice gesture. She's got a lot of personal touches on this island that I'm going to show you guys. But she dirt printed a building for her visitor center, and I really like how this turned out. And then you've got the pier and everything down here. And of course, if you look just across the way, you've got the lighthouse. I really do enjoy that. But I love how she's got these like garland hanging over the pier. It really brings a lot of nature to the area. And I like that it's more natural and simple than some of the other ones I've seen. And I just think it's a nice new twist on how to do like a boat pier area or a docking area. She's got a boat rental section over here, and I have a boat rental on my island, but this one is super, super cute. I like that she's got a blend of the wood and the smooth cement. I like that she used the dunny as the door, and that she used them down here to kind of give like the metal roof effect. I really like that. She also, we've all seen this in various videos online, but she sunk down the animal house and put the boats in there. And I really feel like that gives an authentic, this is, if you have your boat docked at a marina, this is how it is. This is what it looks like. She's got some seating up here. Very simple, very tropical. So if you're looking for something to be an entrance to your island, or you're wanting a boat dock area or a boat marina area or fishing dock, this can be adapted in so many different ways. She did use creative mode on this island, but a lot of these things can be achieved in vanilla if you have some patience. But yeah, this is the entrance to Somerset Isle, and I have enjoyed thoroughly walking around. So let's go take a look at a couple more areas that she's got for us. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you guys was this just very cute, simple little area. She built her own post office, which I think is absolutely adorable. And she did place down the pergola, and she built around it. And then, of course, if we can go inside here with the camera angle, it's going to be a little tricky and a little tight. But she got some counters, you got some books, and I love that she used the fish tanks for window. The old reliable, as it were. But if you want something simple to build that's like a faux building, you don't have to do all that elaborate stuff. This is something you can definitely do in vanilla if you don't have creative mode. And you don't need to do any fancy dev command things to place things under pergolas anymore. So this is definitely achievable for all levels and all builders and all creative types on any island. And I think that I'm definitely going to need to do something on one of mine. Another small achievable build in vanilla or creative is this visitor's reprieve. She's got people coming in, and it's like a little resting area, if you will. And I really like the idea of sinking it down into the ground here, and then having a bit of a multi-level situation. I like that she used the brick pergola. It has that little archway. You see through here. Gives it just a different look and feel. But I like that this is simple. It's achievable for everybody. And I like that it's, she built it down into a little sunken area, just something a little different that sometimes people don't think to do, to raise things up. Yes, seems pretty natural, but also to dig things down isn't utilized enough. And I think that this is a really great representation of that. playgrounds are pretty much a staple in a lot of builds, but I thought this one was pretty cute and had a nice little take. And now that the swing set is officially in the game as a blueprint that you can get, I love showing this off. It's so cute. You've got the trike, you've got the Wiggly Man, and then we've got this awesome little like fort. How cool is this, y'all? I definitely am now inspired to build a much better playground area. I love that she used this little rope bridge. I mean, this looks like one of the, you know, any kind of play place at any kind of really nice park area. You got slides, you've got the sand pit, and then you've got a boat to play on. I love when people, you know, kind of use this as an actual like item outside of the water like this for playgrounds. I've seen it done a couple of times, but this is really, really cute. She's left up things pretty natural, no mowing. You know, that's real life sometimes. And I think it definitely adds to the natural feel of this. She wanted to have a city build, but also keep things, you know, full of nature. And I really, really like how this turned out. This playground is super cute. That fort is absolutely, like, totally gonna have to build something like that. I love this. Absolutely adorable. So if you need an idea for a playground, well, here you go. Now this, she says, was a space filler initially, but it turned out super cute. I've seen soccer fields, I've seen football fields, but I've never really seen anybody do a baseball field. And this turned out super cute. I love the use of all the mannequins, and she put them all in the same, you know, outfit for team uniforms. You've got the guy with the diving helmet who's supposed to represent the catcher. You've got a bat, a cricket bat really is what that looks like, but we won't quibble about it too much. You've got some stadium seating over here. Oh, look, Jersey games. another fan. You've got the big fan foam finger. Totally gives you the sporting event vibe over here. And I really like how she did these little, like the stands. And you got the outfield as, you know, the signage, you know, home, away, the score, that kind of thing. And then of course, obviously a concession stand, which is absolutely adorable. So for anybody who is a sports fan out there, what a great use of some space that's not super huge. And it gives you, you know, this really nice and unique area. I've never seen anything like this on anyone's island. So I think that this was a perfect little space filler to show off. And something to use the all the different mannequins and make teams and, you know, make a sporting field. Now she says she's not really into sports, but that she was like, I needed a space filler. And I was like, well, this turned out really good for not being into sports. And I think this is a great idea for anybody who has a, you know, has a love for sports or has a space on their island. Like, I don't know what to put. I feel like I've done everything. Well, this is something new. And I think she achieved a really great little area here, space filler or not. And then we've got, of course, the fireworks because it is Somerset Isle Day on her island, which was perfect for my visit. So you've got a wonderful baseball game with complete with fireworks in the background. What's not to love about that, guys? Okay, so I've taken you guys over to a section of the island that she built that's incredibly important to her and very personal. She said she's in business school. She is a disabled person, and she's had this dream to open up this sort of space, this event space for people to be able to hold events of any kind, weddings, funerals, memorials, what have you, but also have a metaphysical shop included. And she built this to represent the space she hopes to create in real life someday. And I thought, since this is such a personal and special inspired touch, we should definitely show this off. So she got this beautiful wooded area with some cabins for rent, that if people were coming here to have like a family reunion or a wedding weekend. Now these houses are not currently decorated. She said don't show those off just yet. So we're just gonna look at the outside and see how pretty everything is. But then she's got this beautiful nature walkway over here that's just completely full of trees. Now you guys know me, longtime fans of the channel. I'm a tree girly. I like trees in every build. I live in the woods. So this, when she was showing this off, I was just like, oh, this is so pretty. I love this. And then she's got this like wonderful little fire circle back here so that people can come and play music, hang out, meditate, whatever what speaks to their soul. I like that she included and kept some of the big rocks. Again, this is a build that you can do completely in vanilla. This doesn't require anything special, just a lot of time and tree planting. So get some seeds and you can make this happen. So it's just collecting items, but then you come through here if you've gone through the trail, and then you've just got this beautiful just naturey area. And then she says that in her, for the dream of her own sanctuary, she wants to create an outdoor amphitheater, which I think is really cool. And I thought that her representation here in Dinkum was absolutely spectacular. So you've got this little stage area, but then you've also got some screens up there in case anyone wanted to project any kind of video or movie or what have you. But I thought it's simple, but yet it really, packs a punch in the visual impact, and it really looks exactly like what it is, an amphitheater. So she's got some little outdoor facilities here, and then she spoke about this cute little memorial garden, remembrance garden, and she's included the new wind chimes in this build. I love that she's incorporated some of the new things that we've got going on. But she said that this would be just a place for reflection and meditation if people wanted to come and remember their relatives and just honor their memory. Any of the people who passed away in their life, or people maybe who haven't passed away, you just want to give special recognition to them. So she's got some seating areas out here, and then I believe there is, and it's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you've got like a little gift shop area in here for all the things. And then there's I think another additional, that's the theater. Okay, so I thought there were two. A theater area, like auditorium. So, a little more formal than perhaps the outdoor amphitheater, but again, another place for performances, speeches, movies, whatever, which I like that. You can turn this into a movie theater on your island and put screens up there where she's got the ivy walls. You can really do this up. I feel like this is a great blueprint for anybody who wants to make a theater in their island. So hope that serves as some inspiration for you guys. And then if you come through here, you get to the outside. There's just a secondary entrance. And then of course, where we started over here. So beautiful little area, lots of cute little designs, and it has quite a lot of special meaning for Jaede in her personal life. And I thought we have to include this because it has such a big impact on her own actual real life activities and what she plans to do. And I think that's amazing. So thanks, Jaede. Now, I haven't quite seen something like this on an island in a while, and I thought, what better way to make use? Some people are not into building elaborate buildings or architectural structures, but here's a nice way to fill some space without having to be super creative in the building. She created this amazing junkyard / city dump / recycling center, and I thought this was super clever and super cute. She did a lot of just pulling things out of the creative dev menu and dumping them on the ground, and I think this turned out so well. Just a lot of eclectic things that you would find in a junkyard or a city dump if you were going dumpster diving or trash hunting. You got the toilet and just, the barrels and the old rusty cars. She really went all out with the authenticity. You got the, little cases that you can find whenever you're digging things up or metal detecting. And she also just created some elevation here by dirt printing up a little bit. So, you don't have to have some architectural building to have a really interesting space filler on your island. You can do something like this. Perhaps you're more into a method, agent of chaos kind of thing, and you don't have a lot of structured builds on your island. Well, this might go perfectly with all of that. So I hope this inspires you to really trash it up on your island. Well, she's got a lot of areas on her island that include kind of sporting events. And right here is where we've got a tailgating party happening outside her little motor speedway racing racetrack. And I think this is super clever and super cute. I I like that she's got really creative ideas, and they're kind of chaotic in a way, but in a good way. You know, you've got this little party happening out in the parking lot. And so, you know, I hope this shows that you can have some sort of disorganization that looks really good, you know, that's not well ordered. You know, they're out here partying, they're grilling, they're getting ready for the big race, which we're going to take you around here and have a look. Also, one of the things she pointed out to me when we were walking through earlier is, you know, she's got, because of her disability, she thought it was really important to have like disabled parking, expected mother parking, things like that. And so I thought that was a really cool, realistic touch that she has for her parking lot here. And, you know, really puts her realism into all of her island builds that deals with her own personal life situation. So we've got Speedway up there on the top of the building here, and you come in and you got the entrance, and of course we're immediately right on the racetrack, but you've got the spectator area. I love that she used the hay bales here to kind of block any kind of crashes that might happen. And then of course you've got bathrooms up there in the corner. You've got the other entrance, because there's like, I think 3 different entrances. And then you've got the starting and the finish line right here. Photo finish with the guy with the camera. How cool is that? And then of course, if you need to do some betting, you know, if you wanted to place your bet, you come over here. I love the use of the ATM. Very clever and cute. And then you've got all the moves ready for the race. Just over here. Just a chillin'. Of course, behind this area is the tailgating area that you just saw. And of course, concessions. There's no a sporting event without a concession stand. So if you want something a little different and a different take on the whole racetrack area, this is a really, really cute idea. I thought it was pretty delightful. I always like it when people have a new spin on something that I haven't quite, like, oh, you see it a certain way over and over again, but then, you know, somebody else takes it and does something just a little different. So I really think she did fantastic with this. Little speedway area, and then of course she used the moves instead of like vehicles or motorcycles. But of course you can add whatever you want in your racetrack. So the next 2 little areas I have to show you are delightful. We've got this little roadside cinema, a drive-in movie theater. We're missing the cars, but that's okay. And she said she hasn't had a chance to decorate for the concessions, but I like that it's just kind of out here, like any kind of, you know, a drive-in movie theater would be. And I'm standing up here on the sign to give you guys a sort of a bird's eye view of what that looks like. But this is not the island's only entertainment, actually. We've got quite a lot of areas that are for entertaining. We'll go that way in just a minute, but I wanted to show you this area, Ball Busters. Not only is the name absolutely delightful, but I don't think I have ever seen anyone do a bowling alley. If you are a bowling fan, or you just like cool, unique ideas, this is absolutely perfect for that. I love the black and white checkered flooring. It really gives you that sort of like bowling alley vibe. You've got what I would imagine is where the balls or the shoes are stored on these tool racks here, using that as a kind of a representation. And then she did a ball return, and using a chunk of amber for that was chef's kiss. Then you've got the actual bowling alleyway, and you've got the Go-Go Town trinkets set up like bowling pins. You got the stars in the back to really just kind of decorate. You know, I know that the bowling alley we used to have in our town was, they called it glow bowl, and they would at certain times turn off all the lights and turn on a black light, and everything would glow in the dark. And so that was super cool. And that's kind of what that reminds me of. Now, every bowling alley I've ever been in has sort of a little eating recreation area where you have like an arcade situation. You know, you've got all the little gotchas where you have, you know, the little arcades or like the little mechanical arm machines that, you know, you get little prizes. And of course, you know, your concession stand. Super, super cute. Love all the little details. You got a bathroom in here in case you know, you drink too much Coke and you got to go to the bathroom. But I thought this was so delightful. And now with the new TV in the game, you can have like a screen up there to keep score. So that's awesome. This looks like the channel is on the Home Shopping Network at the moment. So not really keeping the score, but there's nobody here to play at the moment. That's okay. So if you need a bowling alley idea, well, this one definitely fits the bill. What do you think? What a creative use of the items. I really love this. I have not seen this before, and I thought I have to show you guys. So I hope this inspires you to build something on your island. So I said I'd take you to the Imposter Bowl zone. Well, Jaede has built an area specifically for Dinkum Hide and Seek. I thought that was fantastic since we play a lot in our member streams where we use the Imposter Bowl to hide. She decided to build an entire area just for that, and she decided to make it Wild West themed. I love this. I love, because I don't ever really use cactus or this tree that is, the name of it is completely escaping me at the moment. But I've never really have a purpose or a use for those in any kind of build. And now I'm thinking, I live in Texas. I should build a Wild West area. Maybe not for Imposter Ball, but just to have it. So you've got a water trough. I love the items she used really, really give you a sense of like Wild West. You got some moos in here. They look like they might be a little sick. So we're gonna go over here. Stay away. But you've got several little spots, and I love all the wood and the dirt. I mean, it really gives you that authentic Western sort of style feel. You've got this fence that you can get down in the underground. I love that. You got a little cooking station out here. I love that so many people are using the room dividers as windows. I just love how that turns out. You know, you'd think brown on brown on brown would like run together, but I think it really adds to this. I like the architecture she's got going on here. And then the only way to enter in here is to do what I just did, but I think that this little room is super cool. You've got the beds. It'd be like a, an old-timey like tavern in the Wild West area. And I like that she used all the cabin furniture, really kind of provides some continuity there. So we're gonna go back out and explore a little bit more. The barrels, the crates, just really feels like Old West. And then we've got the root cellar down here where you store all the things. She does a really good job of digging down and using space down as much as up. And I think that's, we forget to do that. I forget to do that, I guess. I like that she kept some of these things here. It really just makes it super authentic looking in terms of the Wild West feel. I can imagine playing hide and seek in this area has got to be super fun. Got to be a hoot. I know we have a great time every time we do it. You've got some stuff back here that's like a wheat field. So you can hide yourself among the wheat if you need to. And just let it, kind of overgrown and unmanicured. And then you've got a little bit of a cemetery like you would in any Wild West town, because there's lots of gunfighting, right? Maybe not. I don't know. But how delightful is this, you guys? Whether you need this for a hide and seek area with the Imposter Ball, or you just need a Wild West area in your town, I think Jaede did an amazing job really getting the details right on all of this and utilizing the items in the game in such a way that you really feel like you're maybe out in West Texas. Great job. Absolutely great. We've had a fair share of Dinkum zoos in the game, but I really like her take on her zoo. So you got Somerset Zoo here where you can enter. You've got ticket sales, obviously, to get in and purchase your ticket. And then, of course, immediately you are thrown into the gift shop area, and just snack area. And then, boom, first enclosure. I really, 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 really love the way she set this up, because she's got all these different enclosures at different levels, which is logistically difficult to plan for. I'm not gonna lie, that can be difficult to do. And the fact that she achieved this, and it's so well done, and that she's got multiple kind of viewing platforms for some of these areas, is awesome. She's included statues if the area is whatever the area is whatever, if I can speak, whatever the area is representing. Obviously, you've got the jackaroos here in this particular enclosure. I love that she's got it down so you can look down into the enclosure. Then, of course, you've got the penguins. They've got a big old area to swim. Look at them swimming. Oh, I just love that. And then there's some elevation there for them to climb and jump down if they want. And I like that she's included the coral. It's not something I would normally think to use because it's, I associate with a tropical area, but it looks really, really good here. And since I am actually working on an animal enclosure on my vanilla island, we might have to try something similar. I really love the use of this particular kind of bridge for crossover areas. I don't use it very often, but in this, it really works well. So if you've come around here, there's obviously multiple ways to get to where you need to go. Over here, we've got the crocos. We completely missed those. We went the other direction, but you've got the croco enclosure over there. She said it is very difficult to keep them spawned in. In fact, she had to spawn in a few right before we started recording. If anybody's ever done this, they know the struggle when it comes to spawning in animals. They don't normally stay. You've got the murder birds, or as they're called in the game, the wary moose. You got this nice little just seating area that she's created. You've got the bush devils. They are safely ensconced way down there. They can't shoot you. And it's that time of day where they're sleeping. So there is that. And then if you come this direction, you can run into one of the bathrooms that's in the facility. But then you've got an observation area here for the doggos and the insects, which I think this is a fantastic use of the new little bug. Oh gosh, what's the word? The little terrarium, I think that's the word I'm looking for. That has recently been added to the game. So you've got the dog den down there, and then if you can go back up this area and look at everything, or we'll kind of snake around this direction. You got the blooming frillies. They got a little spot. They look like they're just ready to attack us at any moment. She said the pincher plants don't stay either. They're one of the more difficult ones to keep kind of spawned into the game, but I really think that's a fun little area. You've got the echidnas, which is also a multi-level viewing situation. I think the planning for something like this, the amount of brain power you got to use to really kind of go, okay, how much space do I need, and am I going to do it down or am I going to do it up? She did a really, really good job. I've seen a lot of really amazing zoos, and this one's really, really good. So you've got all these amazing spaces with all the different animals in the game. And then, of course, you've got your exit over here. You got the nice gold statues. Good day, mate. Another spot here to, get some refreshments before or after you're leaving. But yeah, this is a really fantastic, amazing build. I really, really like how she did this. It looks very clean, but it also gives out, it shows off all the animals in the game and does so in a very clever and creative way. So if you need a zoo enclosure, perhaps this will inspire you, and you'll have a nice little animal area on your island. Another fun recreational area on her island is her amusement park. Something to note here is the entrance. She spawned in some stuff from the Hot. So again, this is a creative mode island. Some place item stuff has been utilized. And she said what's interesting about this is when you use this wall and this kind of thing to place item this in, you can't fly over it. So if anybody wants to make a really cool labyrinth area, which apparently she saw and was inspired by Reaps, that's definitely a way to do that. So you come into the little amusement park area. You got a map of the facility. You've got maps for the taking, so you can find your way around. And of course, you've got this amazing welcome sign. So if you go this way, there's lots of different games and interactive little spaces that you can do. And this here is like bumper cars, so you can get on and just kind of boom, boom, boom with all of your friends. I love the use of the mushroom pathing and the new glowing floor. This glowing floor is just amazing for so many different things. And then she used the star fencing to go with this area, along with these colored archways. Really gives you a party vibe, like you're at an amusement park. You've got over here, she spawned in a bunch of those little goblins, moblins from the Hot, 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 and put some lava down so, you know, they stay in their place. But apparently you can do target, like try to hit the little thing and you can win some prizes. Impsicle. Isn't that fun? What a creative and clever idea for a game on your, in your little, what do you call it? What is this? Amusement park. That's, gosh, I'm losing words today, you guys. You've got a little walkthrough area over here for different vendors. She hasn't put all of that stuff down yet that she wants to, but this is, you know, concession area. You can do another little interactive game here, spin, fight, run. So you start, you spin the wheel. If you land on one of the spaces with a plushie, you have to get in the little arena and she spawns in an animal and you have to fight it. And I thought that was really, really clever. I like the use of the rainbow tiling and whatnot around here. It's like a little board game. I actually had the idea for that in a stream I did the other day. And I'm thinking we're going to definitely have to do something similar. We've got the force field. So you've got this little racetrack with the unicorn treks. It is multi-level. I love this. It really puts my little go-go town racetrack to shame, but I love how you've got this multi-level like racing situation. She did mention that the corners are a little tight, so she's going to have to work on that for the future. But if you want a really fun racetrack, and now that we've got this cool glowing pathway, I think this really pops as a fun area to do multiplayer in. You know, racetracks or any of these little mini games, fun for any of your visitors. And I think that is just super delightful and joyful and just makes you smile. We've got like a little concession area here. Again, same thing, lots of little eateries. This is if you had turned left at the gate when you first come in. Air balloon rides. Always a good time, right? And then this over here, it connects to the zoo. So if you wanted to come over from the zoo, there's an entrance here. And I like that she's got that sort of like multi-purpose. Everything's connected. You can have multiple entrances into things. But we're going to go over here and I'm going to show you the roller coaster. So the Cyclone is a water roller coaster that you can use, get on jet skis and just zip all the way around here. We're going to do an aerial tour later so that you guys get a real good feel for what this looks like from the air. But you've got the Cyclone and then you've got this giant slide because, you know, every amusement park has those giant slides for kids or adults, either one. Woohoo! So much fun to go up and down those. You guys have seen the ball pit before, I'm sure, but she's got one here, and I love that. The use of this new pathing also just really, really helps add a little bit of atmosphere. She's got this interactive, she calls hoop ball, where you can take the amber chunk out of there and attempt to get it into the trash basket. She was like, good luck getting that to work. I've never been able to get it in the basket. And then she's got some splash zones here. So if you're doing the Cyclone water roller coaster and you come down here and you want to get splashed because it's a hot day, well, just sit your booty down right there and they will definitely splash you. And she's got a little area here where you can do like a little boat ride thing. And then there's just a seating area, very lush and overgrown. And you can observe the people riding the water roller coaster and just sit and chill for a minute. Lots of bridge moments in this area. I do enjoy that. But yeah, this looks really spectacular from the air as well. Again, this is how you get up to the slide if you're going to actually walk it. You got the prize area. And then here, a whack-a-jelly. You take the little hammer and then you just whack the jellies as they jump around. Very clever use of items in the game, I think. another splashdown area, and a bathroom, because every amusement park needs one. So yeah, if you've got like a kid at heart sort of nature and you don't want to build, you know, towns or whatnot, she has got so many ideas for like recreational areas. And you know, hey, you need a space filler and a big one, this'll fit the bill for sure. I just, as we were walking around and she was showing me things and just describing, you know, what she put where and what she was thinking, I thought this is very clever. And again, there's some open space. You know, you can always add more things later, or, you know, sometimes less is more. You don't always have to have stuff everywhere. But I thought this was a great little spot to show off for you guys. Very clever, very creative, lots of cool ideas and use of color. And if I didn't run into the door, that'd be great. So if you need an amusement park or a theme park on your island, well, you just got a look at a really fantastic one. And we're going to get an aerial view of all the spaces I've shown you, especially the zoo and the amusement park. Those really need to be seen from the sky as well. And you can kind of see from, you know, our flyover here, she's got so many other areas we can explore. You guys, this island is really, really amazing. She's had about 360 hours into the game. She's actually a relatively new player. And I'm really impressed with what she's been able to accomplish in this amount of time, and just how advanced so much of her stuff can be when she says she's a new player. So, you know, anybody getting started, everybody and anybody. And here we are doing sort of a flyover of every single spot that we kind of take a look at. We got the western area here, which you can see from the air. And you got the zoo. Just amazing. Look at all those penguins. The penguins are my favorite. James, we need koalas. And then of course you've got the racetrack, and then the amusement park. And then you've got the big cyclone water roller coaster that is just, an aerial view does it better justice than just walking it. That is amazing. Now, we're not doing any looks at night right now, since the lighting in the game is experiencing a bit of a glitch, where some of the lights aren't turning on at all as of the recording of this video. So we will have to come back and do some night views. But I don't know about you guys, but this has been a super inspiring, a lot of cool ideas for all levels of creativity. And I really, really appreciate Jaede reaching out to me and asking to have me come over and take a look at stuff. I'm always in awe of all the things people create. You guys blow me away with the things y'all come up with. I learn new things every single time I do this. I see new things, I get new ideas, and so I hope that these kinds of videos inspire you guys too, the way they inspire me. And I really appreciate everybody who reaches out to have me come view their stuff. You guys do such an amazing job, and I do believe with Dinkum in 1.0 of its release and really kind of taking off in popularity, that the more ideas we have for our islands and the more designing we can do, better for everybody. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I have. We'll have to come back and take a look at more of what Jaede has in store for us. If you haven't already, hit that like button for this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't. Become a member and join the chaos in the members only streams. But I do want to thank you all so much for joining us today. It's been a super duper awesome pleasure hanging out with Jaede and just getting some fantastic ideas. And we will definitely be back on this island for some more touring. But as always, you guys, y'all be kind to yourselves, be kind to others. I'll catch you in the next one.